Water levels at Cave Run Lake are higher than normal for the summer. With that comes some hazards. We'll tell you what park rangers want people to look out for coming up.
Strong cold front barreling its way toward the Bluegrass State. That means an increase in showers and storms over the next 24 hours. We'll talk about that coming up.
And they say one of their family members is missing after a crash yesterday in Franklin County. How the family's puppy escaped after their vehicle was hit by a church bus.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 5:30.
Good afternoon. Higher than normal water at a central Kentucky lake are creating some hazardous conditions for visitors.
With all the rain that we've had this summer, the water levels at Cave Run Lake are several feet above normal, and there's debris floating in the lake. But park rangers say it's still safe to come out to the lake. Sam Smith tells us what precautions you need to take in our top story at 5:30.
Cave Run Lake is higher than normal, 8 feet higher.
The water's kind of murky too. You can't really see what's below the surface right now, but things are different when it gets up. The whole lake changes and you don't know what's where.
The lake is safe to visit, but there are things visitors are asked to look out for.
These new things to be aware of.
Rangers say floating debris, underwater obstacles, as well as slick spots formed by algae are all hazards created by the swollen lake. They say several buoys that normally mark hazardous areas have moved or are still submerged. Park rangers say water is being let out of the lake right now. They expect the water levels to drop the next couple of days, depending on the weather.
And we'll see where it's at by the weekend. It all depends on how much more rain's in the forecast.
Officials say they've dealt with high water throughout the year, forcing the closure of several boat ramps and beaches. As you can see, the lake is open and folks are enjoying themselves.
And as long as they're maintaining their awareness, watching out for the slippery spots on the docks, looking for obstacles on the lake, they should be able to have a fun, safe time here at Cave Run Lake.
In Rowan County, Sam Smith, WKYT.
The high water is not impacting the campgrounds, though, at Cave Run Lake. Those are all open right now.
Rounds of showers and storms are popping up again tonight, and these storms are dumping some heavy rain on parts of the region. Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey's tracking the storms and an early look at the forecast. We've been through this many times before.
Yes, we have. It's kind of appropriate that one of the rainier Julys on record in the final days at least throws some more rains at us. Why not at this point, as long as we don't see any rises on creeks and streams? We look at Defender, and we are indeed picking up on rounds of strong thunderstorms into parts of central Kentucky now. We're seeing additional development to our south and southwest. Across the Lexington metro, heaviest rains have been falling across parts of Scott and Franklin counties right into Woodford County. Versailles still raining to beat the band. This is heading into the western part of Fayette County. So around Keeneland, Bluegrass Airport, down by Dunbar and the Stonewall Estates area, very heavy rains on the southwest side of town. We're looking in that direction. Notice how the skies are darkening up from our live sky cam. Strongest thunderstorm into the Bluegrass region is actually to the southwest of the Keene area, south of Mortonsville around Nonsuch, and heading over into Wilmore and southern parts of Jessamine County. Back to the southwest, thunderstorms really now beginning to blow up across parts of Mercer County. Additional boomers here into southeastern Kentucky on top of Harlan. Everything that is out there is kind of drifting in from northwest to southeast. For out and about tonight, a few storms this evening with temperatures generally, guys, into the muggy upper 70s and low 80s. When I come back in a few minutes, we'll focus on some big changes showing up in the 7-day forecast.
Deputies in southeastern Kentucky have issued a warrant for a man wanted for making meth and running from police. The Whitley County Sheriff's Office says 41-year-old Thomas Wayne Hersey ran off when police showed up to his camper on River Road on Sunday. Deputies believe Wayne was making and trafficking meth in the camper. Hersey ran off into the woods behind his camper, and inside, deputies found several items associated with making meth and one-step meth labs. The sheriff says Hersey was also arrested in 2014 after police found a meth lab in his car after a wreck.
She says one of her family members is missing after her vehicle was hit by a church bus on Monday. Sabrina Spellman tells us she and her 2-year-old son were in the car along with 4 of their pets when the crash happened on Interstate 64 in Franklin County. During that crash, one of their dogs, a German Shepherd mix, got loose and jumped out of the vehicle. Our Monique Blair has the latest on the search efforts to find the family's dog in a story that's new at 5:30.
This is Sabrina Spellman. She's coming to this Frankfort animal clinic to pick up her 3 family pets.
Lisa, hi baby. Oh, you even got carried. Oh, is she sore, you think? Is she sore from the accident?
This is Sammy.
Hi, oh my goodness. Hi, sweet boy.
And then there's Diamond.
She's very scared. I know.
According to the vet, they're doing just fine after surviving this wreck on I-64. Spellman, her 2-year-old son JT, and their 4 pets were headed east in Frankfort when their SUV was hit from the back by this church bus. Spellman says the bus caused her to flip several times.
I wonder how this is going to end. I had long enough to be airborne to think and pause and really reflect. So it was pretty terrifying and feeling like it could be the end.
Spellman says when her SUV came to a stop, she was able to check on JT.
Luckily, myself and my 2-year-old were just a little battered, but otherwise unharmed. We were very blessed. And so now we're trying to have a happy ending for everyone.
The happy ending to this story is yet to come. One of Spellman's dogs, Piglet, a German Shepherd mixed puppy, got loose and ran away from the wreck.
Pop, pop! Pop, pop!
Now Spellman is searching near the interstate for her precious Piglet. She knows that without him, her family just won't be the same. In Frankfort, Monique Blair, WKYT.
Hope that has a happy ending. Spellman and her other 3 pets are headed back home to Ashland.
One man is dead and another is injured after a double shooting overnight. Our county-by-county coverage begins in Hardin County. Police say they were called to a home on Washington Street around 1 this morning in Elizabethtown. Officers say the man who lives at the home was suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. He was taken to University Hospital in Louisville. We don't have an update on his condition at this time. Another man was found dead inside the home. His name has not been released. So far, no arrests have been made. In Bullitt County, a grand jury has indicted the mayor of Shepherdsville on a solicitation of prostitution charge. According to a Louisville TV station, Scott Ellis has been under investigation since December when 3 women came forward saying he made promises in exchange for sexual favors. One woman has filed a civil suit against Ellis. Right now, Ellis has been indicted on a misdemeanor charge, but he could later face felony charges. Ellis has denied the allegations and his attorney is not commenting. And in Warren County, a mother and her child have filed a lawsuit against an amusement park after they were injured on a ride. On Saturday, a swing ride fell over at Beech Bend Park in Bowling Green. 12 people were injured, including some children. Those injured were treated and released from the hospital. In the lawsuit, the 2 victims claim Beech Bend failed to adequately maintain its premises and was negligent with its training and supervising. The mother claims she and another rider yelled to stop the ride, but the person in charge of the ride was away from their post. Beech Bend has not commented on the lawsuit.
Police are still trying to identify a woman who is a person of interest in a theft case on the University of Kentucky campus. UK police released this surveillance video last Friday of a woman they say went into the front door of the main building on the morning of July 7th. Police say the woman went into a couple of offices and then left in a gray Ford Expedition. The next day, police say a woman reported more than $10,000 in jewelry had been stolen from her purse in one of those offices. Police say a woman in another office reported $32 was stolen from her purse.
More trouble for former clients of Eric C. Kahn. A motion to stop Social Security benefit hearings for Kahn's clients has been submitted to a federal judge. The Social Security Administration is reviewing benefits given to the disability attorney's clients. Kahn is suspected of fraud, but he denies any wrongdoing. Hearings are expected to begin in September and will likely take months to finish. Most of the people being reviewed say they cannot afford an attorney. The Appalachian Research and Defense Fund of Kentucky has received requests from 400 people so far, and about 80 attorneys have volunteered to help.
Lexington is growing fast, and with that comes challenges like traffic, crime, and housing. In our Good Question today, I had the opportunity to ask the mayor, what is the biggest challenge facing Lexington right now? And Mayor Jim Gray says it's one word: jobs.
For Lexington, managing to grow our economy and still retain the quality of life that people have come to expect and enjoy in Lexington. You know, that's navigating a ridge line that can be turbulent sometimes, it can be tough sometimes. But that's really our challenge in Lexington, to both grow our city, grow opportunity for people, encourage jobs and better opportunities, and at the same time retain the quality of life that makes Lexington special and unique and authentic.
Mayor Jim Gray there this afternoon. If you have a good question, go to WKYT.com.